One sunny morning, Lily decided to go to the library. She loved reading books, and the library was her favorite place. She put on her shoes, grabbed her bag, and told her mother she was going out. "Have a good time at the library, Lily," her mother said. "Remember to take your library card." Lily smiled and nodded. She had been to the library many times, so she knew what to do. She walked down the street, enjoying the fresh air and the sound of birds singing. It was a short walk to the library, and she was excited to pick out some new books. When Lily arrived at the library, she saw a big sign that said, "Welcome to the library." She pushed open the door and stepped inside. The smell of books filled the air, and there was a quiet, peaceful feeling in the room. People were sitting at tables, reading or working. Some were looking at books, while others were using computers. Lily walked up to the librarian, Mrs. Green, who was sitting behind the desk. Mrs. Green always smiled and helped Lily find the books she wanted. "Hi, Mrs. Green," Lily said. "I'm looking for a good storybook today." "Hello, Lily," Mrs. Green replied. "I have just the books for you. Let me show you the children's section." Lily followed Mrs. Green to a large bookshelf full of colorful books. There were many different kinds of stories: adventure books, fairy tales, and funny stories. Lily loved them all, but today she wanted to read about animals. "Here you go," Mrs. Green said, handing her a book about a little elephant named Ellie. "Ellie the elephant is a very nice story. I think you will like it." Lily took the book and smiled. "Thank you, Mrs. Green. I'm sure I'll enjoy this one." Before Lily left the library, she decided to look at some picture books for younger children. She loved the bright pictures and simple stories in those books. Even though she was getting older, she spent a few minutes flipping through a book about a little rabbit who went on a big adventure. The pictures were so colorful and fun, Lily couldn't resist smiling when Lily was ready to check out her books. She walked back to the front desk. Mrs. Green scanned the books and gave them to her in a small bag. "Thank you for helping me, Mrs. Green," Lily said. "You're welcome, Lily. Enjoy your reading. Remember, you can return the books in 2 weeks." Lily thanked Mrs. Green again and left the library. She was happy with her new books and couldn't wait to read them at home. On the way home, Lily thought about the stories she would read. She imagined Ellie the elephant having adventures in the jungle. She also thought about the little rabbit and his exciting journey. Lily loved stories because they took her to new places and let her meet new friends, even if they were only in the pages of a book. When Lily got home, she went straight to her room and sat down with her books. She opened the first page of the elephant book and began reading. The story was about Ellie, the elephant, who was very brave. She helped her friends in the jungle whenever they had problems. Lily smiled as she read about how Ellie saved her friends from danger as the sun began to set. Lily finished reading the first book and started the second one about the little rabbit. It was just as fun. The rabbit went on an adventure to find a lost treasure, and Lily couldn't wait to see what happened next. Lily read for hours, forgetting the time. She was so happy with her new books that she couldn't put them down. Later, when it was time for bed, Lily put the books on her shelf. She promised herself she would read more tomorrow. The library had so many wonderful books, and Lily knew she would return soon to find even more exciting stories. That night, as Lily drifted off to sleep, she thought about all the amazing places she had visited through her books. The library was truly a magical place for her, and she couldn't wait for her next trip.